He was a good guy. He was a great guy. He would always tell me, I wish you knew me when I was good, and not just the time he had when he was down. Always there for him. When he didn't know us, he was always there for me. And no matter how much you try to make him happy, if you try to feed him, I'm a fat guy. I mean, feeding somebody is just and you would always feel bad about it, and you just couldn't get over it that he was my brother. Age was always a thing for him, so I'm just going to end this with he passed away at the age of 25.
Planning on speaking because I am a mess, as we all are. But I'm actually speaking on behalf of the big bear back here. That's Sparky. And he loved his Uncle Jake. We've knew Jake for about 8 years. And we met because of animals. And because we're all here representing so many places and communities in Jake's life that he had, I thought that I would just say a couple words about what you all probably know, how much he loved animals.
Yeah.
And that's how we became brother and sister, and Sparky and Dude used to snip each other's butts all the time. And we go to dog parks, and I met him at a nutritional convention, and his girlfriend was getting a henna tattoo, and he was really into all the animal spirit guides, and we started talking about animal spirits and his guides, and his girlfriend at the time said, please go to the dog park with him, because I don't want to go. And we always wanted to go, and he had 2 dogs, and he had Pudge also.
Yeah.
Pudge is with his brother now, Carlton,
Is
I
it?
believe. And I was doing PR for a dog talent agency and got him a little extra part with Pudge on the show Numbers. And he was so grateful for that. And he knew what it was, but it was as if I got him the lead in a Bruce Willis film. It was great. Gratitude was immense. Anyway, I just wanted to say that whenever you guys are also thinking, as we all are, of Jake, remember how much he loved animals. And when you see a dog, a cat, a bird, a monkey, a reptile, I don't care, know in those eyes, Jake is Jake. He was all the things that we've all said. I also knew of the other side, the hard side. I struggled with the same thing, and he was like my kindred spirit. And when he would be his darkest, he would still send me texts to get me through my own dark times. And that's one thing I'm going to miss, is the way he was so generous with himself. Like so few people are now. And he used to have Jake-isms. We were going to write a book. Because remember, he always had all the analogies, everything there, and we were going to do a Jake-ism book. And I'm looking for my old phone with texts. I saved them. My phone broke because there's a bunch of Jake-isms in there. If I ever find them, I'm not on Facebook. I'm the one that's not on. Craig will post them. But he used to say life to me was like a bag of marbles, and sometimes if we drop them, don't try to pick them all up at once and freak yourself out. And he would check up on me if Sparky was having a rough day. Sparky just turned 12. He's known Jake since he was 4 or 5. And he'd text and say, how many marbles did you pick up today? I'm like, none. He goes, that's okay, just pick up 1. There might be 40. Kick them on the couch. Pick up 1, you're good till tomorrow. And he would do that when he was in pain. He would step out, as we all know Jake. And I probably will never, none of us will know another Jake, but he came back from disappearing from LA for a while to take care of some personal stuff, and the first thing he did was call and say, I want to do some of your charity work with animals and then you did events. First thing he said is, hook me up with your events. And he did. We went and we did a big event, and then he met all Sparky and my rescue friends, because we do a lot of rescue work. And that's all he needed was one introduction. We know how quickly Jake would make friends. And in the last couple of years since he came back from Arizona, he helped Strangest Angels Rescue, No Kill LA, Love That Dog Hollywood. He would go out, including, as you probably saw, his very last weekend on Earth. What was he doing? He was helping animals. He was working at an adoption event. And one of the rescue people, I don't know if you saw saw this either on Facebook, but she named one of the rescue dogs that came in right after that Tanner. So, just remember when you see an animal, like we all have our memories, that was something that meant so much to Jake. And pet a doggy in his name. And Sparky's waiting right over here.
Hello. I knew Jake for about 1.5 years. I'm a comic. We have a couple other comics over here. Jake ran this really cool show in Sherman Oaks at the Court, and it was awesome. In comedy, you have a lot of people who are always like, yo, you know, how can you help me out? You know, how can I get this next step? Like, I want this all to be about me. He was one of the most selfless guys I've ever met, either in comedy or outside of comedy. One of the nicest guys. It was never about like, yo, how much money can we make on this show? It was like, oh, what charity event can we bring on next time? Let's get the American Cancer Society in. Let's raise money for them. Let's do this for a good cause. It was always so crazy because you have all these comics who just, you know, they wanted to get into these good clubs, they want to get on these good shows, and, you know, everyone's like, oh, this is the good spot to be. But everyone always thought that this crazy, like, dungy little bar in the back of a restaurant in Sherman Oaks was, like, the spot. You know what I mean? Like, you were on one of Jake's shows, it was going to be a good time. It didn't matter if it was fully packed. It didn't matter if it was 8 comics talking to 2 people the whole time. Jake's energy and his smile and his laughter always made it an awesome experience. And it's so kind of crazy and weird to be here because I always knew him just as another comic, as another producer, as another booker. And just with all you guys here, whether it's from Fair or whether it's, you know, his friends from outside of other things, it's really inspirational, really touching, because that happy, that excited Jake that brought you up when you went to do a show with him was the exact same Jake that all of you guys knew. So that I come up and say hi, and we'll miss you, Jake. It's been really great, and the comedy scene's really good to miss you as well. Thanks, guys.
Another one. We breed like rabbits, we're really good. I wasn't going to say anything because I feel like everything that was going to be said was going to be said already. And I don't know, I felt like I should get up and share some things about him that I remember. Like everybody else said, he had so much enthusiasm over everything. You could give him a project and he would throw 120% behind it, and it was inspiring. And we do a stage show. We were doing a stage show, and I think it's so weird looking at everything without the stuff up and people's boobs up to here. I think it was like right over there, and we decided to bring up the case, this hole in the road case, where it was basic scenario is that somebody's complaining that there's a hole in the road and we tripped and the person tripped and they hurt their leg or their arm and the town idiot would come out and actually show the hole. You know, this is the hole. It's not actually that big that they're saying that it is, and it's cheesy and corny and wonderful, and it's basically, of course, Jake was like, I'm all over that. we needed a hole, and he said, I'll make one, and I was like, sure you will, okay. Because when someone says that they're going to do something at Fair, it's either going to happen or it's just not going to happen. I learned very quickly that when Jake said that he's going to do something, he's going to do it, and he comes out with this wooden thing with the hole, and I was like,
if we only had a visual. Oh
yeah.
Wait, here it is.
This is the hole that's 500 chasms wide. If you listen real hard, you can hear the voices of hell echo coming. This is the hole. Yes, it's the hole. whole, and he would love it, and it was just like, he would never leave the place. He's like, we're doing Hole in the Road, just pick it up and carry it out all excited. Jana, do you know what you're going to say? Because I know what I'm going to say. And just like bouncing around the street, holding the hole. It was ridiculous, but awesome. Another one is, he would always be sticking things up this stupid chicken. No matter what, and it's like, I'm Maggie's assistant, so sometimes I had to be really stern with him, even though I thought all of his ideas were so hilarious. I remember this one time he was like, hey Jana, come over here, let me show you what I did with the chicken. He shows me the basket, and he stuffed DJ's dung inside the chicken. And he's like, look what I did to the chicken. I'm like, Jake, take that out. You can't put that in the chicken. He goes, oh, come on, why not? I said, it's inappropriate, Jake. Leave that stuff for backstage. Okay, I'll take it out. Pushes it in. That's how I always would remember Jake. Is just this crazy, zany, this enthusiastic love of everything and everything to do with anything that we had planned. We were going to go on food adventures together. Do this. Stop it.
Just trying to put you in the hole.
We're gonna do food adventures together. We're gonna go and we're gonna do this great big gig together. And the last that I heard from him actually was via Facebook, and he said, "Hey, we need to get together and do that food adventure thing again. We need to go out and wander around and eat together." And I never responded because I was like, "Oh, he'll be there tomorrow." And we can always go tomorrow. Whenever someone offers you to do stuff, whenever you think that it's not going to happen, go ahead and make the effort to do it, because Jake certainly did. I mean, look at the stupid thing. It looked like it came out from actually like he dug it out of the ground. Respond to anything, even if it seems really stupid. And you'll always, if you find that bright spot of enthusiasm, that's definitely Jake calling out about it. I really hope that you gross out a bunch of patrons and have it fair naked. You can push stuff, feed the chicken full of crap as much as you want now.